Ding. The system is on. It detects that the host is in a dying state, and automatically repairs the injury. The injury is being repaired, the repair is complete. The cold electronic voice sounded in Yang Jia's mind, and Yang Jia slowly opened his eyes. The protagonist's name will be changed soon. Where is this? Am I writing novels? Yang Jia looked around and found himself lying in a dilapidated cabin. The furniture in the house was in a mess, and many places were turned into a mess. At the same time, begging for mercy, cries and screams, as well as bursts of arrogant and joyful laughter continued to sound outside. Suddenly, Yang Jia felt a sharp pain in his brain, and a huge memory flooded into his mind instantly. The pictures of the past were played quickly in Yang Jia's mind like a movie. After reading the memory, Yang Jia understood his situation. He has traveled through time, and it is soulware. The world he is in now is the world of One Piece that is ruled by countless traversers every year. It's January 1516 on the Sea Circle calendar and the new year has just begun. In his previous life, Yang Jia was a full-time writer. He has also written several fan fictions of One Piece. Although his grades are not high or low, he has fantasized about what he would do when he travels to the world of One Piece. So Yang Jia quickly calmed down. He understands that fantasy and reality are completely different. In the fantasy, the protagonists in Yang Jia's book are all powerful, punching 3 admirals, kicking 4 emperors, and one person dominates the whole world. But the reality is different. Let's just say that now, the unlucky guy that Yang Jia crosses is named Lucifer, and he is a resident of a small town in the first half of the Grand Line. Today, the town was ransacked by pirates. The original Lucifer was a pirate who broke into his home and hacked to death without saying a word. Only then did Yang Jia come through the soul. I'm so FC King old. I stayed up all night writing novels, and suddenly died and passed through. Who should I ask for reason? The reason for Yang Jia's time travel is very simple, that is, to stay up late to add more code words. There is no way, he is not a god-tier writer, and his novel grades are too poor, so he can only use the word count to increase his income. Unfortunately, his body was too weak and he died suddenly. What? Suddenly, a scream rang in Lucifer's ear. Lucifer was startled, got up quickly, and sneaked into a corner of the house to hide, not daring to make a sound. He has just crossed over and is not completely out of danger. Now there is still a pirate group burning, killing and looting in the town. With his small body, if any pirate breaks in, he will be desolate. System, are you there? Lucifer hastily cried out in his heart. Ding, the demon system is successfully bound. A cold electronic voice played in Lucifer's head. Coming. Lucifer was overjoyed, and quickly asked, System, what functions do you have? Do you have a gift package for beginners? The only thing that can save Lucifer now is the system's novice gift pack. Only in this way can Lucifer quickly become stronger and have the power to protect himself. Ding, the novice gift pack is being distributed, and the distribution is complete. Congratulations to host for obtaining a fruit of speech, shortcomings have been eliminated, Hell Devil Physique. The electronic sound fell, and a devil fruit appeared in Lucifer's hand out of thin air. The whole body of the fruit is pitch black, with strange patterns on the skin, exuding a dark aura. Spirit fruit. Without hesitation, Lucifer opened his mouth and took a bite. Now he has no time to hesitate, every second late is more dangerous. Produced by the system, it must be a high-quality product. Lucifer is sure that this fruit must be very strong. The devil fruit entered, and the sweet juice burst in Lucifer's mouth. The devil fruit with the disadvantages removed is not only not afraid of sea stone and seawater, but also eliminates the bad taste. Not only is it not bad to eat, but it is very delicious. Soon, Lucifer ate the whole devil fruit. At the same time, a force surged into Lucifer and began to transform his body. That is the power of hell demons. Lucifer felt itchy and numb all over his body, and there was a wave of energy flowing in the blood vessels in his body. This energy comes and goes quickly, and within a minute, the energy is gone. After the transformation, Lucifer felt so much stronger that he could kill an elephant with one punch. Not only strength, but Lucifer's speed, acuity of 6 senses, and vitality have all been improved in an all-round way. The vitality of the demon physique is very strong, it can even be said to be pervert. After transforming into a demon physique, Lucifer has only one weak point in his whole body, the heart. No matter how serious the other parts are injured, even if the head is cut off, Lucifer will not die. As long as you use the power of the fruit of words, you can be reborn in no time. Huh. Here we come. Suddenly, Lucifer felt that he had an extra instinct. Just like people are born to breathe and drink water, this kind of power is just like instinct. That is the power of the fruit of words. Feeling the power carefully, Lucifer was greatly shocked. This force is so strong that it can even be said to be heaven-defying. The fruit of the spirit of speech allows Lucifer to turn what he said into reality, and he can also summon or generate matter through sound. It's simply impossible to say what you say. Immediately, Lucifer began experimenting with the power. Long sword. The voice fell, and a sharp long sword appeared out of nowhere in Lucifer's hand. Pistol. This time, Lucifer has an extra gun in his hand, which looks like the desert eagle in his previous life. Flame. Thunder. Flash. Ice. Various powers appeared and disappeared in Lucifer's palm, each of which was extremely powerful. In the world of One Piece, each of these powers requires a devil fruit to realize. Today, Lucifer can be used just by speaking. At this moment, Lucifer seemed to be the god of creation. Strong, too strong, simply invincible. Words follow the law, and everything follows the heart. The power of the fruit of words is only 1/10,000th, which is already extremely terrifying. Oh? There is actually a fish that slipped through the net here? Ha ha ha, brat, you hid very well, but it's a pity that you met my uncle, so you were unlucky. At this time, a pirate with a machete broke in. His hair was disheveled, he was more than 2 meters tall, the machete in his hand was still dripping blood, and there was a cruel grin on his face. Little devil, go to hell. The pirate slashed at Lucifer with a machete in his hand, with a ferocious expression on his face, as if his desire to kill had been satisfied. Puff. A cloud of blood shot out, and the pirate's tall body fell into a pool of blood. On his chest, stuck a long sword, piercing through the heart. The pirate's eyes were still closed, and his eyes were full of doubts. He didn't know how he died at all. He was the one who did it, but why was he the one who died? He never thought that a weak chicken would suddenly become a tiger. It's not me who is unlucky, but you. Lucifer, expressionless, stepped over the pirate's body. The clothes on his body changed automatically, from the original rags and linens to a jet black overcoat. The fruit of the word spirit can create things in the void. It is within Lucifer's thought to make guns and swords, let alone make a piece of clothing. Perhaps it was the demonic constitution that changed Lucifer's mind. After killing someone, he didn't feel the slightest discomfort, but rather excited. His blood was boiling, thirsting for more kills. Is this the hell demon? The demons living in hell are cruel and bloodthirsty, and treat human life like ants. Lucifer is one such hellish demon these days. However, Lucifer doesn't hate this feeling, on the contrary, he still likes it. The world of One Piece is very cruel, with the jungle preying on the strong. Countless people die every moment. Without strength, even breathing alive is a sin. If Lucifer wants to live, he must not only have strong strength, but also have a rock-solid mentality. Turning into a hellish demon is very fitting. The killing has begun. Lucifer gave a bloodthirsty sneer and walked out of the cabin alone. As far as the eye can see, the town has been reduced to a purgatory. Cries and screams echoed all around, and pirates chased and killed residents and robbed property with ferocious laughter. Flames were burning everywhere in the town, and billows of smoke rose into the sky. Killing and death are vividly performed at this moment. Boy, do you still dare to look around? Are you not afraid of death? This kid won't be scared stupid, will he? Ha 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 ha, kill him. 3 pirates came from a distance, each of them had a grin on their faces, and their bodies were already stained red with blood. On the ground behind them, there were several corpses lying here and there. Lucifer looked at the 3 of them, expressionless, and whispered, "Flying sword." As soon as the voice fell, 3 flying swords shot out from the void, piercing through the chests of the 3 pirates in an instant. These pirates are just a group of miscellaneous fish, and there is nothing to recommend them except for being stronger. Even the simplest and most straightforward attack method, they couldn't dodge it. Boy, what are you doing? How dare you kill our Lion Majesty pirates? Kill him. Kill him. The scene of Lucifer's murder was seen by the surrounding pirates, and a group of pirates came to kill Lucifer at the same time. Boom. 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 Several pirates fired at the same time, and dozens of bullets shot at Lucifer's vitals at the same time. Go back. Lucifer gave an order, and all the bullets fired returned the same way, and at a faster speed. Call out. Call out. Call out. Call out. Groups of blood splattered, and more than a dozen pirates were shot and died, falling into a pool of blood. What kind of power is this? Hey, what's the matter with you? Stand up. What did he do? The remaining pirates were terrified, and their voices trembled a little when they spoke. Seeing Lucifer, they dared not go forward again. In their eyes, Lucifer didn't do anything at all, but the bullet they fired returned and killed his partner. Such power is simply not something they can contend with. It's devil fruit, He's demon fruit power, a pirate yelled tremblingly. This is the first half of the grand line. The existence of devil fruit is common sense, and these pirates naturally know it. The power that Lucifer displayed is undoubtedly the power of devil fruit. A bunch of scum, go to death, flying sword. Lucifer ordered indifferently. The void above his head split open, and dozens of flying swords were shot out. The flying sword was extremely fast, piercing through a dozen pirates in front of it in an instant. A few unlucky guys were stabbed with 5 or 6 flying swords, and they were chopped into pieces. Subsequently, Lucifer began to hunt down the pirates in the town. Flying swords fell one by one, and the pirates died one by one. No one could block his move, and all of them were instantly killed. Lucifer is like a ruthless reaper, harvesting the prey in the town. Escape. Run away. This guy is a monster, we are not opponents. Go to the captain, Captain Snake will definitely kill him. Yes, go to the captain, Captain Snake is also a capable person, he is the strongest. A group of pirates fled in a hurry and fled towards the outskirts of the town. They are the main force in robbing the town this time. As for the strongest pirate captain, he just needs to wait outside for the miscellaneous soldiers to snatch the money back. Flying sword. Lucifer chased outside the town, a dozen flying swords fell, and a dozen more pirates died. Boom. Suddenly, a figure descended from the sky and jumped in front of Lucifer. He swung a 3-meter-long mace and knocked some of Lucifer's flying swords into the air. Damn brat, how dare you kill so many of Lousy's subordinates? Die to Lousy. The man is more than 3 meters tall, with muscles all over his body, and scars all over his upper body. He is very fierce. From the tone of his voice, it is obvious that he is the captain of the Lion Majesty Pirates, Snake. Flying sword. With a wave of Lucifer's finger, a giant flying sword shot out of the air, hit Snake's mace, and sent him flying more than 10 meters away. Snake turned into a cannonball, smashing a wall to pieces, and the mace in his hand was also blown away. If he hadn't used the mace as a shield, he would have been pierced by the giant sword long ago. It actually blocked it. Lucifer was a little surprised. After all, this was the first pirate who could block his move. Although Lucifer didn't even use 1,000th of his strength, this pirate is already considered strong. Boom. Snake crawled out from the ruins, his arms were bent and drooping weakly, obviously fractured. Damn kid. Lousy can't spare you. Snake let out a roar, his eyes were like Lion Majesty, and his body began to change. His neck was elongated, his body was raised and softened, and 2 fangs grew out of his mouth. In the blink of an eye, Snake was transformed into a snake man. Shall I go, Orochimaru? Lucifer took a look and thought he saw Orochimaru. Snake is a user of the Zone Snake fruit ability. At this moment, when he activates his ability, he has become a snake man. The body is more than 20 meters long, and the 2 fangs in the mouth flow venom, dripping on the ground and corroding the ground. It has appeared, the captain has used his ability. Snake fruit black snake form. No one can stop the captain in this state, that kid is dead. Kill him, Captain Snake. You are the strongest, Captain Snake. A group of pirate soldiers around, seeing Snake using his ability, started to shout. Go to hell. Snake straightened up his huge snake body, opened his bloody mouth and bit Lucifer. Those 2 sharp fangs are Snake's greatest weapons. The snake fruit is highly poisonous, and Snake relied on this ability to enter the Grand Line from North Blue. Looking at the huge snake body, Lucifer didn't dodge or dodge, just slightly raised his hand. Sharp storm. As soon as the voice fell, the space behind Lucifer split open, shooting out countless flying swords and long knives. Each of the flying swords and long knives was extremely sharp and shone with a cold light. Puff. 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 Groups of blood splashed and bloomed, Snake's huge snake body collapsed, and blood flowed all over the ground. Dozens of long swords were stuck in the giant snake's mouth, and his huge body was also pierced by the long swords, turning into a hedgehog snake. In front of Lucifer, Snake has grown in size and is a living target, and he can only be beaten in vain. He also opened his mouth wide, showing his greatest weakness in front of Lucifer, looking for death. Ding. Host killed Snake and got 3,500 kill points. The electronic sound of the system suddenly sounded in Lucifer's mind. Kill point? What is this? Lucifer asked puzzled. After the host kills a powerful target, he can get killing points. Use killing points to purchase related items or abilities in the system mall. So that's how it is. Lucifer understood, and then asked, then those people I killed before, why didn't they kill them? The person host killed before was too weak to be counted as the target. Lucifer got it. The so-called target person must have a certain strength. Those with too low strength are not eligible to be selected by the system. Those who died in Lucifer's hands before were all miscellaneous soldiers of the Black Snake pirates. Of course there was no killing point. And Black Snake is the captain and has a certain strength, so he has the killing point. This is for me to hunt the strong. The characteristic of the system is obvious, which is to let Lucifer hunt and kill stronger targets. Only in this way can you get a large number of killing points and go to the system mall to buy items or abilities. Returning to reality, the pirates watching the battle saw their captain so easily killed in seconds, and their legs were already weak in fright. They yelled Snake's name, expecting him to stand up. Captain. Captain Snake. Captain, get up quickly. You are the man who is going to become the Pirate King. Get up and deal with this brat. Impossible. How could the captain lose? It's a pity that Snake is too dead to die anymore. It is useless to let them shout their throats. I love your captain so much, let's die together. Lucifer waved his hand, and the storm of sharp blades in the sky above his head fell again. Puff. 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 Groups of blood spattered, and in the blink of an eye, another 20 or 30 pirates were dead. What? Forgive me. Please spare my life. I am willing to be your subordinate. The rest of the pirates shouted as they fled, and some knelt down and begged for mercy. But Lucifer did not show mercy, but chose to kill them all. When this group of pirates robbed the town before, those residents also begged them in the same way, but they didn't show mercy, and instead killed more vigorously. The louder the residents begged for mercy and cried louder, the more excited they became. For such scum, Lucifer will not hold back even if he can't get a killing point by killing them. Killing them all, leaving no one behind, is the best way. Sharp storm. Lucifer's cold voice resounded, like a demon from hell, exploding in the ears of many pirates. As the storm of sharp blades swept across, countless pirates died tragically under the sword. In the end, more than 400 people from the Black Snake pirates died in the hands of Lucifer. The streets inside and outside the town were full of corpses of pirates, with swords stuck in their corpses, in a terrible state of death. The residents of the town escaped unharmed, and they looked at Lucifer from among the ruins, with fear in their eyes. Although Lucifer killed all the pirates and saved all of them, they dared not come forward to thank Lucifer. It's nature for the weak to fear the strong, not to mention Lucifer's way of killing is too cruel. Many residents looked at Lucifer with only fear in their eyes, not gratitude. It looks like the island can't stay any longer. Lucifer knew it from seeing the fear the townspeople had towards him. He walked out of town and came to the shore. There is a pirate ship docked here, with the flag of the Black Snake pirates flying on it. Boarding the Black Snake pirate ship, Lucifer finds some treasure in the cabin, which is the private collection of Black Snake. The amount of money is not much, less than 20 million Baileys. In fact, this is also normal. The money obtained by pirates burning, killing and looting will soon be squandered by them. The reason why the Black Snake pirates came to this town to plunder must be because of lack of money. Lucifer doesn't care much about the amount of money. After he had the word spirit fruit, he was no longer short of money. Gold generation. After Lucifer finished speaking, a piece of gold appeared out of thin air and landed in his palm. Just like the gold extracted from the gold mine, the gold created by Lucifer using the fruit ability is also real, and no one can see the difference. This piece of gold will remain there until Lucifer removes his powers. If Lucifer wants, he can now create unlimited gold or diamonds. As long as he thinks, it won't be long before Lucifer can become the richest man in the world. Even the Golden Emperor Tesoro, who has awakened the golden fruit, will soon be surpassed by Lucifer in terms of financial resources alone. Money is just a symbol. Lucifer smiled lightly, and drove the pirate ship away from the coast. From this moment on, Lucifer officially went to sea. After gaining power, Lucifer was going to go to sea, and the town residents' attitude towards him was only secondary. The main reason is that Lucifer wants to get more kill points. He wants to become stronger and must go to sea. Only by going to sea can we find those powerful opponents. System, open the properties panel. Lucifer whispered softly, and a virtual screen appeared in front of him. Only he can see this screen. Host, Lucifer. Age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit. Physique, hell demon. Kill points, 3,500. Lucifer's attribute panel is still very simple, and it is clear at a glance in a few words. In the Black Snake pirates, only Black Snake has some strength, and the other members are all miscellaneous soldiers. So Lucifer only got 3,500 killing points for killing all the pirates. The bounty is 35 million Baileys, and there are only 3,500 kill points. A snake is too cheap. Lucifer shook his head, and threw a reward order into the sea, with a photo of the Black Snake on it, and the reward was 35 million Baileys. In Grand Line, the bounty of 35 million Baileys is very low, and there are as many pirates as Black Snake. The bounty also proved that this guy really has no talent and is too weak. In any case, he is also a zone fruit ability user, and the bounty is only 35 million, which is too bad. And besides him, there is no second bounty criminal in the entire pirate group. Not only is he weak, but his subordinates are even weaker. Such a guy also wants to be the One Piece. It can only be said that Lion Majesty dreams of swallowing an elephant. His ambition is too big, and he will be exhausted sooner or later. Open the system store. Lucifer gave an order, and the screen turned into a system store. The store is full of beautiful things, with countless items and abilities. For example, there are various weapons, famous knives, guns, ships, and even devil fruit. There are also ability classes such as Conqueror's Haki, Taijutsu, and Swordsmanship. Lucifer focused on Conqueror's Haki. He has the spiritual fruit of speech, the ability of heaven defying, coupled with the physique of a hell demon. His body is also extremely powerful. The only thing missing is Haki, Observation Haki. Awakening. 1000 killing points, primary, 5000 killing points, intermediate, 10,000 killing points, advanced, 50,000 killing points, peak, 200,000 killing points. Armament Haki. Awakening. 1000 killing points, primary, 5000 killing points, intermediate, 10,000 killing points, advanced, 50,000 killing points, peak, 200,000 killing points. Conqueror's Haki. Awakening. 1000 killing points, primary, 5000 killing points, intermediate, 10,000 killing points, advanced, 50,000 killing points, peak, 200,000 killing points. Conqueror's Haki Awakening only needs 1000 kill points, very cheap. But with the upgrade, the higher the realm, the more expensive the price. If you want to upgrade them all to the peak level, the price will exceed 600,000 killing points. A bounty of 35 million Bailey Black Snake is only worth 3,500 kill points. The ratio of bounty to kill points is about 10,000 to 1. In other words, if you kill a prisoner with a 100 million bounty, you can get 10,000 killing points. And to get 600,000 killing points, one must kill a 6 billion bounty criminal. In the current sea, Whitebeard's bounty is the highest, but it is far from 6 billion. Lucifer still has a long way to go to get such a large number of kill points. There is a long way to go. On the bow of the pirate ship, Lucifer let out a soft sigh. System. Buy Awakening Stage Armament Haki. Ding, the purchase of Armament Haki was successful, 1000 killing points were deducted, and the remaining killing points are 2,500. The electronic sound ended, and a force poured into Lucifer's body, and finally dispersed into all limbs. This power came and went so fast, Lucifer only felt it for a split second, and when it was gone, he never felt it again. That's it? Does it feel like nothing has changed? Lucifer tried to activate the power in his body, but his body didn't respond at all, as if the killing point was wasted. In the awakening stage of Armament Haki, Lucifer cannot be manipulated freely, and only appears once or twice in unconsciousness. But through the attribute panel, we can know that Lucifer has indeed awakened Armament Haki. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament Haki. Awakening kill points, 2,500. There are 2,500 kill points left, but Lucifer doesn't buy Observation Haki or Conqueror's Haki. Right now, it's Armament Haki who is most useful to Lucifer. This is the necessary power to deal with Logia ability users, and it is also the power that Lucifer must master. Otherwise, no matter how heaven-defying the spiritual fruit is, it may be useless to some Logia ability users. It seems that my next stage is to hunt and kill those powerful targets. Lucifer didn't think long-term about what he wanted to do in the future. He didn't want to be a marine or a pirate, he just wanted to hunt down some powerful targets and get more killing points. For now, getting stronger is his only goal. As for the future, we will talk about it in the future. A few days later, the vast sea was calm. The sun shines on the sea, shining sparkling reflections. A few small fish jumped out of the water, splashing water one by one. A somewhat dilapidated large ship with bloodline crushed the waves and sailed on this sea area. The hull was 50 or 60 meters long, and there was a flag fluttering in the wind on the thick mast. On the flag was a skull with blood flowing, a bloody long sword pierced the skull, and 2 crows were flying on the left and right sides. This is the flag of the Bloodsword pirates. The owner of this flag is Catalan, nicknamed Bloodsword. He is a pirate who offers a reward of 85 million Baileys. In the first half of the Grand Line, Bloodsword Catalan is also a character, a little famous. On the pirate ship, members of the Bloodsword pirates are having a banquet. More than 200 pirates were divided into several piles, gathered together, laughed, drank and ate meat. Ha 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 ha, Captain, we did a big job this time. Will the captain's bounty increase again? That's right, the captain's bounty will exceed 100 million, and by then, the captain will be a supernova. There are only a few supernova pirates every year, and the captain must be the fastest to become a supernova this year. That's right, the captain is the strongest, and he will definitely become the One Piece king in the future. A group of pirates flattered a man sitting at the head of the table. He was wearing a blood-colored overcoat, over 4 meters tall, with a hideous scar lying on his face like a centipede. In his hand, leaning on a bloody long sword, the dry bloodline still remained on the blade. He is Bloodsword Catalan, a man who enjoys killing people. Yeah ha ha ha, well said, little ones, Lousy will definitely become the One Piece. Follow me, Lousy, you will all be the crew of One Piece in the future. Catalan took a bottle of wine and drank it, gulping it down in one gulp, laughing arrogantly. At this moment, the voice of a pirate sounded. He was an observer on the ship and was in charge of alerting the surrounding sea area during the banquet. Captain, there is a pirate ship ahead. Nani? Can you see what the flag is? Catalan put down the bottle and asked. It looks like a black snake is painted on the flag. Observing the pirate replied. Black snake? Is it the Black Snake Pirates? A sneer of disdain appeared on the corner of Catalan's mouth. Captain, I've heard of the Black Pirates. They are just a group of miscellaneous fish. Captain Snake's bounty seems to be only 35 million. Said a pirate miscellaneous fish. That's right, the Black Pirates are very weak, not comparable to our Bloodsword pirates. Captain, let's do it, this is a fat sheep delivered to your door. Quack quack, my big knife is already hungry and thirsty. A group of pirates laughed ferociously, each of them took up their weapons and walked to the side of the ship. On the sea, the world of pirates is very cruel, and there is no reason for a battle to break out. When two pirate groups meet on the sea, it is often life and death. The members of the Bloodsword pirates pride themselves on being powerful, but when they meet the weak Black Snake pirates, they naturally want to kill and seize the treasure. Okay, lil ones, get ready to fight. Catalan smashed the wine bottle in his hand, picked up the big sword beside his hand and roared loudly. He walked to the bow, looked at the pirate ship a few nautical miles away, and gave an order. When the target is within range, fire immediately. Give them a salvo first, let them taste our firepower. Understood, Captain. Many pirates were in place, launched more than a dozen cannons, and adjusted their direction to align with the pirate ship ahead. I really don't know how to fire all the cannons with just a dozen cannons. At this moment, the pirate with the binoculars spoke again. Captain, something is wrong. There is no one on the opposite boat, only a young boy sitting on the bow. What did you say? Catalan grabbed the binoculars and looked forward, and sure enough, as his subordinates said, there was no one on the Black Snake pirate ship, only a young man was sitting on the bow drinking and blowing the wind. Could it be that the members of the Black Snake pirates are hiding in the cabin, trying to show weakness and deceive Lousy? Then catch Lousy by surprise? Bloodsword Catalan felt that he had noticed the truth, and instantly felt that he was extremely smart. HMPH, mean bastard, want to use this method against Lousy? Too low. I saw it right away. Catalan snorted coldly and ordered immediately. The opposite ship fires as soon as it comes within range. In his opinion, no matter what conspiracy is on the other side, all he has to do is fire. It's never wrong to get the first move. On the other side, on the bow of the Black Snake pirates, Lucifer was shaking a glass of red wine in his hand. Let the pirate ship slowly enter the opponent's range. When the other party found Lucifer, Lucifer had already found them. Bloodsword pirates, Captain Bloodsword Catalan, offers a bounty of 85 million Baileys. Vice Captain Modius, swordsman, offers a bounty of 50 million Baileys. Officer Pratt, sniper, with a bounty of 35 million Baileys. Compared to the Black Snake pirates, the Bloodsword pirates are indeed much stronger. Lucifer looked at the stack of reward orders in his hand, and found the bounty criminal of the Bloodsword pirates. There are a total of 3 bounties in this pirate group, and the total bounty is 170 million. Destroying this pirate group will definitely gain a lot. At this moment, the opposite side fired. Boom, 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 boom. More than a dozen shells flew towards Lucifer's head in the blink of an eye. Why are you in such a hurry? Go back. Lucifer raised his head, hooked his finger, all the shells fired stopped in the air, and then reflected back. The speed is several times faster than when it was shot. A series of artillery bombardment directly blasted a big gap in the bow of the opposite ship. Asshole, this guy is actually demon fruit power. Bloodsword Catalan was furious, jumped into the air and slashed with his sword. A round of half-moon-shaped slashes broke through the air, tearing the air and flying towards Lucifer. He's still a swordsman? Lucifer was a little surprised. Being able to perform flying slashes proves that Catalan has reached the level of iron slashing, and he is a swordsman. In the first half of the Grand Line, swordsman is considered to be a rare powerhouse, no wonder the bounty can reach 85 million. However, even a swordsman is nothing to Lucifer. Dissipate. The flat voice fell, and the flying slash disappeared out of thin air, leaving only a breeze. Light saber. Before Catalan could react, Lucifer had already cast his killer move. With an order, a flash of light appeared out of nowhere in Lucifer's palm, and the flash condensed to form a long sword. Call out. The flashing long sword shot out, instantly hitting the ship of the Bloodsword pirates. With a loud bang, the flashing sword exploded, forming a huge fireball that engulfed the pirate ship. Before Bloodsword Catalan could react, his whole body was engulfed by the explosive fireball. His face was twisted ferociously, his mouth was opened wide, his eyes were full of fear, and his whole body turned into fly ash. More than 200 of his pirate subordinates died with Catalan. Under Lucifer's deadly move, all members of the Bloodsword pirates were killed at the same moment, leaving no bones left. It's more powerful than I imagined. Lucifer looked at the huge hollow in the sea ahead and nodded secretly. It was blown out by a lightsaber. The high temperature at the edge evaporated the seawater to produce a large amount of water vapor, and the endless seawater poured back, and it was impossible to fill the cavity in a short time. Lucifer used Ling Ling fruit to display the flash power, and the power was already comparable to Kizaru's sparkling fruit. With the power of the fruit of words, Lucifer can not only use the ability of Kizaru, but also the power of Akainu and Aokiji. And with Lucifer's development of the word spirit fruit, the power of his tricks can be further improved. Ding. Host killed Catalan and got 8,500 killing points. Ding. Host killed Modius and got 5,000 killing points. Ding. Host killed Pratt and got 3,500 killing points. The electronic sound of the system sounded, and Lucifer got 17,000 killing points at one time, bringing the total number of killing points to 19,500. If I can kill dozens more of these pirate groups, I will soon be able to accumulate 600,000 killing points. Lucifer was in a good mood and opened the system store at the same time. System, purchase primary and secondary armament hockey. Ding. The purchase of armament hockey was successful, 15,000 killing points were deducted, and the remaining killing points are 4,500. The electronic sound of the system fell, and a force poured into Lucifer's body. This force is so powerful that it flows through Lucifer's body, and is finally absorbed by the body and merged into one. In an instant, Lucifer's armament hockey was directly promoted to the middle level. This is armament hockey. Sure enough. Lucifer raised his hand and made a fist, mobilizing that force. I saw that the fist was slowly covered by a layer of black substance, and the whole fist was pitch black, shining with metallic luster. At this moment, Lucifer's fist didn't look like flesh and blood, but more like a steel fist. This is armed color hardening. Armament hockey, like invisible armor, can not only improve defense, but also evolve into attack. The combination of offense and defense is the nemesis of Logia ability users. For intermediate armament hockey, Lucifer can only do partial coverage and hardening, but not the whole body armor color coverage and hardening. But at any rate, he has mastered this power and can attack the entities of Logia ability users. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Intermediate kill points, 4500. The killing point is still not enough. Lucifer sighed when he saw that there were only 4,500 kill points left. It was already more than 5 figures, but after one consumption, it immediately returned to 4 figures. Armament hockey has been promoted to intermediate level, it's time to awaken the other 2 hockey. Lucifer gave the order in his mind. System, buy observation hockey and conqueror's hockey in the awakening stage. Ding. Observation hockey and conqueror's hockey were purchased successfully, 2,000 kill points were deducted, and the remaining kill points were 2,500. Familiar forces appear, then quickly disappear. Like the previous awakening of armament hockey, Lucifer still cannot freely use the other 2 types of hockey awakened this time. The power of hockey in the awakening stage can only be triggered unconsciously. It depends on the mood of the host. In the case of emotional agitation and bursting mentality, this power will be triggered by the body protection. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Intermediate observation hockey. Awakening. Conqueror's Hockey. Awakening kill points, 2,500. Okay. One pirate group has been wiped out, it's time to find the next target. After shutting down the system, Lucifer took out a stack of bounties and threw 3 of them into the sea. At the same time, look for the pirates you are interested in on the reward list. The pirate ship was unmanned, drifting with the wind, and finally disappeared slowly on the sea level. Fail Island, located in the first half of the Grand Line, is a 3-no island. The so-called 3-no islands have no country, no marine, and no laws. On this island, there are countless criminals gathered. Pirates, gangsters, robbers, human traffickers, bounty hunters. Everyone can be found on the island except good people. And islands like this are Lucifer's best hunting grounds. After 10 days of sailing, Lucifer reached the island of Fadu. The pirate ship docked at the port, attracting a lot of attention. After all, it is strange to see such a big pirate ship with only one young man getting off it. Of course, most of these gazes were malicious. Isn't this the ship of the Black Snake pirates? That's right, it belongs to Snake the Black Snake. How come there is only one brat? Where are the people on board? Are they all dead? No way? Can this brat kill Black Snake? Some looked at the young Lucifer and shook their heads secretly. Lucifer has no weapons, is not tall, and looks very tender and handsome. Such a guy, no matter how you look at it, is a little boy, not like a strong man at all. It would be interesting if there was only one kid. Some malicious gazes gradually turned into fierceness. When Lucifer walked into the port, countless pairs of fierce eyes could be seen all around. These people didn't want to hide their malice at all. Little ghost, this is not the place for a little boy like you to come. A strong man 3 meters tall led a group of men with fierce faces to Lucifer. If you... Gravity crush. Lucifer ignored the strong man's words and just said 4 words softly. As soon as the words fell, the bodies of the strong man and his party exploded, turning into countless flesh and blood and flying in all directions. The passerby standing nearby had no time to dodge, and was directly splashed with blood. When they reacted, they were so frightened that their legs became weak and they collapsed to the ground. The people around were stunned, and when they looked at Lucifer, they no longer dared to show any malice, only fear and fear. They didn't see Lucifer attack at all just now, but the strong man and his party died without warning. This kind of power is not something they can contend with. At the moment, the passers-by watching turned away from Lucifer. In their eyes, Lucifer is already an existence that cannot be provoked. Ding. The host killed Yuxigai, and got 500 killing points, and the remaining killing points are 3,000. Of these people who died, only the leading strong man had some strength, worth 500 kill points, which is almost equivalent to a pirate offering a reward of 5 million Baileys. As for the others, they are a group of worthless fish. It seems that if you want to find a strong target, you must go deep into the center of the town. Lucifer gave a faint smile and walked towards the center of town. The onlookers were even more terrified when they saw Lucifer smiling after killing someone. Lucifer enters the town, and the streets are lined with various shops and stalls. But the people who do business here are not ordinary people. The owners of these shops and small stalls are big men with fierce faces, and some of them are not wearing clothes, revealing the criss-crossing scars on their bodies. They kept their swords and pistols in hand as they talked about business. Slashing people with knives or shooting people at a disagreement has become the norm. Lucifer saw that a fruit stand owner shot a customer in the head because he couldn't agree on the price, and then took all the money from him. As for the corpse, it was casually thrown into the alley next to it. Small alleys like this are the best places to kill people and throw their bodies. Lucifer sees a lot of dead bodies in it. How can you sell fruit if you have this ability? Wouldn't it be easier to kill people and rob money? Lucifer seriously suspects that these stall owners are doing side business, and robbing customers is their main business. Not long after, Lucifer came to a tavern. Open the door and enter, the inside is very noisy and noisy. A group of big men were drinking and eating meat, but they all had weapons on their bodies and hands. Seeing Lucifer coming in, dozens of pairs of eyes in the tavern quickly swept over Lucifer. Some people put their hands on their weapons without any trace, ready to kill violently at any time. The island of Fadu is very dangerous, the island is very cruel, and the strong prey on the weak. Those who can survive here have 2 brushes and are very vigilant. Whether it is eating or sleeping, the weapon is generally always attached to the body. But Lucifer is very young, and the appearance of the little boy is very confusing, so the people in the tavern stopped paying attention after a glance. Lucifer walked to the bar and took a seat. The boss greeted him immediately. "Guest, what do you want to eat?" "A bottle of rum and a roast." Lucifer shoves a wad of money in front of the boss. "Guest, wait a moment, the wine and meat will be here soon." When the boss saw the money, his face became more beautiful and he smiled. But he is too ugly, and there are many scars on his face. One scar even cut his lips, so he smiles very hideously. At first glance, this boss is not an ordinary person. His clothes are bulging and supported by muscles, and with the scars on his face, he is very likely to be a retired pirate. Many pirates will hide and live in such small towns after washing their hands in the Golden Basin. There will be no marine to catch them here, and they have some strength of their own, enough to protect themselves. In less than 2 minutes, the rum and barbecue were delivered to Lucifer. Lucifer poured a glass of wine and drank it, then cut a piece of roast meat and ate it. The aroma remained on his lips and teeth. "Boss, the workmanship is not bad," Lucifer said with a smile. "The guest has won the prize," the boss responded while wiping the glass. After eating the barbecue, Lucifer shook the wine glass lightly, and suddenly asked, "Boss, who is the strongest person in this town?" As soon as the voice fell, the noisy tavern fell silent instantly. Hundreds of pairs of eyes looked at Lucifer at the same time, and some of them stared so wide that they seemed to pop out. "Brother, why are you asking this?" the boss asked with a twitching corner of his mouth. "Nothing, just a little curious. If possible, I would like to challenge him. I want to kill him, or be killed by him." Lucifer smiled slightly. As soon as the words fell, there was a loud noise from behind. A table was overturned, and 5 or 6 big men stood up in an instant and came behind Lucifer. "Hey, kid, what do you mean by what you just said? Are you too arrogant? Little ghost, are you courting death?" A man held a pistol to Lucifer's temple. "Little ghost, sometimes you will lose your life if you say the wrong thing." Lucifer didn't change his face, still maintaining a flat smile. He ignored the pistol on his temple and asked calmly, "Are you related to the person I'm looking for?" "Aw, that's right, brat," the man with the gun roared. "In this small town, the strongest is undoubtedly our captain, Lord Renault. A little brat like you, our captain can crush a large piece of it with a flick of a finger." "Really? That's really a coincidence. I'm missing a guide." The corners of Lucifer's mouth curled up, and the low words had already blurted out. "Flying sword. Call out. Call out. Call out. Call out." Several sword lights suddenly lit up, bringing up large swaths of blood. Hundreds of people in the tavern were stunned by this sudden scene. "I thought Lucifer, a brat, would get his head blown off in a second, but he pretended to be a pig and eat a tiger. On the surface, he is a little boy, but in fact he is terrifyingly strong." When everyone came back to their senses, they found that the 6 men surrounding Lucifer had fallen into a pool of blood. 5 of them were pierced through the heart by flying swords, and they couldn't die anymore. Only the man who had previously held the gun was still alive, but his right hand holding the gun had been severed. He was half kneeling on the ground, with a grim expression, and let out a scream. Lucifer put down his wineglass, turned to look at the man at his feet, and asked calmly, "Can you take me to your captain?" "Bastard. Bastard, do you know who Lousy is?" Lousy is a member of the Angry Leopard Pirates. The pirate raised his head and gritted his teeth. "Do you know how strong my captain is? You dare to hurt me, Captain Renault will not let you go. You are dead, the whole sea will not have a place for you, even if you escape to Cape Tiana, you will." Boom. The man's head exploded suddenly, red and white scattered all over the place. The customers around the bar were unlucky and got spattered with blood. But none of them dared to move, not even to wipe off the blood on their bodies. Because the evil star Lucifer is still there, they are afraid that if they move, they will be misunderstood by Lucifer and want to attack him, and they will follow in the footsteps of those pirates. "There's too much nonsense, I'll let you lead the way. Why are you talking so much?" Lucifer shook his head, pulling back his hand. He really didn't want to hear the pirates quarrel anymore, which made his head hurt. "Guys, can any of you take me to the station of the Angry Leopard Pirates?" Lucifer stood up, looked around the tavern and asked. After killing a few people, Lucifer still had a smile on his face. Very handsome, very gentleman. It's hard to imagine that such a young man with a smile killed 6 pirates in one go. One of them had his head blown off, and he died without a whole body. His ruthless methods are completely different from his handsome appearance. Perhaps because of being transformed into a hell demon, Lucifer is used to this kind of life, and there is no disturbance in his heart. The Angry Leopard Pirates are stationed in a building in the center of the town, you can find them there. In the corner of the tavern, a man said tremblingly. "Yes, thank you so much." Lucifer got the news he wanted and left the tavern. Watching Lucifer's back disappear, the 100 people in the tavern finally breathed a sigh of relief. A dozen or so pirates sat down on the ground, drenched in sweat, looking exhausted, panting heavily. Lucifer put too much pressure on them. Swept by Lucifer's eyes, Everyone's body was icy cold, as if their throats were being choked, and they were about to die at any moment. Who is this young man? Have you never heard of this character before? I don't know, but his strength must be unfathomable. This guy is a monster, on the same level as those monsters in the sea. He said he was going to find naruto, who would win and who would lose. Would you like to go and see? The next battle must be very exciting. Okay, let's go together. It is human nature to join in the fun, and it is the nature of pirates to watch the fun without thinking it is a big deal. Almost half of the people in the tavern chased them out, quietly following Lucifer to the center of town. They all want to know if Lucifer can defeat Renault. The tavern owner didn't join in the fun, he just tore off a reward order on the wall behind him. On the reward order is a photo of a fierce man. The reward amount is as high as 230 million Baileys, and it is Renault, the angry leopard. In the first half of the grand line, the amount of rewards offered is already very high, almost like a dominance. But the meaning of the tavern owner is very obvious. In this battle, Renault will lose. And Renault, who lost, must die. For a person who is about to die, there is no point in posting a reward order here. The town is not too big, and Lucifer soon came to the center of the town. Outside a 3-story building, 20 or 30 pirates sat together for a banquet. Although they were smiling, their faces were ferocious. Some were drinking, some were eating meat, and some were cleaning their knives. On the left and right sides of the gate, there are more than a dozen corpses of pirates hanging upside down. Under the sun's exposure, it has become a mummy. Passers-by are afraid to approach the building because it is the residence of the angry leopard pirates. There are villains everywhere on Fadu Island, but the strongest is undoubtedly the angry leopard pirates. Those who dare to offend them will soon become one of the mummy. Seeing Lucifer approaching, a pirate jumped out immediately. Hey, kid, this is not the place for you, you. Before he finished speaking, a long sword pierced the pirate's throat. At the same time as the pirate's body fell, dozens of long swords fell from the sky. Puff, 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 puff. Blood flowers bloom one by one, and the pirates die one by one. In just an instant, the dozens of pirates guarding the gate were all dead. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Hurry up, people! A pirate who survived by chance was so frightened that his liver and gallbladder were torn apart. While hissing and roaring, he rushed into the building while rolling and crawling. A few hundred meters outside the building, there are many criminals hiding in the dark and watching. When they saw Lucifer kill dozens of people without saying a word, they were so frightened that their legs went weak. Inside the building, angry leopard Renault is having a banquet with his subordinates. He sat on the main seat, with 2 beautiful beauties in his arms on the left and right. A beautiful woman fed him barbecue, and another beautiful woman fed him wine, which was very enjoyable. Coupled with the flattery of hundreds of pirates under his command, Renault's life is like paradise. Unfortunately, the sudden screams disturbed his good mood. Captain Renault, an enemy has broken in. A pirate rushed into the banquet hall, screaming miserably. Nani? Who dares to trespass on Laozi's territory and don't want to live? Renault was furious immediately. He swung his hand, and pushed the 2 beauties in his arms aside. He lifted the pirate's collar, furious. Who is here? How many people are there? Where are the guards? Dead. They are all dead. The pirate yelled in a crying voice. That man is a monster. You mean there is only one enemy? Are you kidding me? Renault's first reaction was disbelief. How much does it look down on him to dare to break into his base camp alone? However, before he could ask another question, 2 figures suddenly smashed into the banquet hall from outside. A group of pirates couldn't dodge in time, and were smashed to the ground. Renault took a closer look and saw that there were 2 corpses. The corpse was distorted out of shape, but it was obviously his pirate. Boom. 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 At this moment, footsteps sounded. All the pirates in the banquet hall showed vicious expressions, and hundreds of pairs of eyes were fixed on the entrance of the gate. All the pirates are ready to go, and when the enemy appears, they will step forward and hack them to death. This is the lair of their angry leopard pirates. There are hundreds of them, how can they be afraid of one person? Finally, Lucifer appeared in the eyes of many pirates. Yo, is it really lively here? Lucifer looked around the banquet hall and smiled faintly. Did you kill my subordinate? Brat. Renault threw away the pirate in his hand and roared fiercely. It's me. Then you go to die. Kill him. With Renault's order, hundreds of pirates in the banquet hall started at the same time. Several combatants were closest, slashing at Lucifer with swords in hand. Facing the siege of hundreds of people, Lucifer didn't change his face, just raised his palm and lowered it gently. Sharp storm. Sharp storm. As soon as the voice fell, the space behind split open, and countless flying swords and long knives flew out, sweeping the hundreds of pirates rushing up like a storm. These pirates are just a group of miscellaneous fish. They have not mastered armament hockey, and their physical strength has not reached the point where they can withstand swords. Swept by the storm of sharp blades, they were immediately tied into hedgehogs or chopped to pieces. With just one impact, 99% of hundreds of pirates died. A few pirates survived by luck, but they all lost their arms and legs and became crippled. Ding. Host kills miscellaneous soldiers and gets 500 killing points. Ding. Host killed miscellaneous soldiers and got 600 killing points. Ding. Host kills miscellaneous soldiers and gets 300 killing points. The name is useless. I don't want to take the name of the miscellaneous soldier pirate. The system's notification sounds sounded one after another, and Lucifer harvested a large wave of killing points. Some of the members of the angry leopard pirates still have some strength, and they all added hundreds of kill points to Lucifer. After killing hundreds of pirates, Lucifer got a total of 7,000 kill points, which is almost equivalent to a pirate with a bounty of 70 million Baileys, almost 2 black snakes. Not bad. Lucifer smiled slightly. But in Renault's eyes, this smile is a naked provocation. Damn brat. How dare you look down on me? Lousy killed you. Renault roared angrily, and his size rapidly increased. While black hair grew all over his body, his head turned into a leopard head, with 2 extremely sharp fangs. In the blink of an eye, Renault turned into a humanoid black panther over 5 meters tall. Renault is the panther who ate the cat fruit in the panther form, and his name of the pirate group also comes from this. Go to hell, brat. Renault appeared in front of Lucifer as if teleported, and his huge claws tore at Lucifer's neck. With Renault's strength, coupled with the power of the panther fruit, his sharp claws can easily tear through steel. Gravity crush. Lucifer didn't dodge or dodge. After finishing his sentence, an incomparable force of gravity suddenly appeared and pressed on Renault's body. There was a loud bang, and the ground under his feet trembled, and Renault was directly crushed to the ground. He vomited blood, 2 fangs broke in an instant, and he did not know how many bones were broken all over his body. Renault was lying on the ground unable to move, feeling a mountain on his back. And as Lucifer cranks up the gravity, the mountain weighs more and more. What? Renault let out a scream, his body split open, blood spurted wildly, and he instantly turned into a bloodman. Why? Why do you do such a thing? We didn't offend you at all. Why did you bother us? Renault's eyes were hazy and he was about to lose consciousness at any moment, but before he did, he wanted to know why Lucifer shot at them. How can there be so many reasons in the world of pirates? It just happens that you are here. Lucifer smiled mockingly. Is this your first day as a pirate? How dare you ask such a ridiculous question? Since you are a pirate, you should be prepared to die at any time, otherwise what kind of pirate is it? Lucifer pressed his fingers down, increasing the gravity again. The ground collapsed directly, forming a bottomless pit. Renault's internal organs were crushed by gravity, and he died on the spot, and his body fell into the bottomless pit. Ding. Host beheaded Renault and got 20,000 killing points. The system's prompt sounded, and Lucifer's kill points increased by 20,000. Is it only 20,000 this time? It seems that Renault's strength is not worthy of his bounty. Lucifer knew that the kill points he gained for beheading enemies were not determined by bounties, but by strength. Although Renault's bounty is as high as 230 million Baileys, his strength cannot reach this level, so he only has 20,000 kill points. Seeing that Renault was killed, the remaining pirates of the angry leopard pirates were frightened. They never thought that their captain would be killed so easily. But after recovering, they immediately knelt in front of Lucifer and begged for mercy. My lord, please spare our lives. We are willing to be your subordinates and your dogs. Yes, we can come in handy. A dozen pirates kept kowtowing to Lucifer, their voices trembling and weeping. Subordinates? I don't need such weak subordinates as you. Lucifer shook his head. And you kowtow to beg for mercy is too insincere. You haven't even broken your skin, it's better to die here. Gravity crush. As soon as the voice fell, the familiar gravity reappeared. Boom. 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 The bodies of more than a dozen pirates exploded, blood and flesh flying everywhere. In the huge banquet hall, corpses were everywhere as far as the eye could see, and there were minced meat on the walls and ceiling. The previously noisy banquet hall has now become a purgatory on Earth. On the other hand, Lucifer didn't even get a drop of blood on his body, and he was still as clean as new. And from the beginning to the end, Lucifer didn't move a single step, just said a few words and bloodbathed the angry leopard pirates. After today's battle, Lucifer has a better understanding of the horror of the fruit of words and can be called the strongest mouth escape. When a gentleman speaks but does not move, he is talking about Lucifer. It seems that from now on, I will go farther and farther on the road of a gentleman. Lucifer smiled slightly. Now is the time to try my idea. Universal pull. Lucifer raised his hand to grab it, and a powerful gravitational force erupted in his palm, sucking Renault's body up from the bottom of the pit. At the same time, a fruit appears in Lucifer's left hand. Rebirth. A faint voice sounded, as if it touched the rules of the world, and a tiny untouchable ripple flashed in the space. Then, an invisible energy flew out of Renault's body. Human beings cannot perceive this energy, even the most peak observation hockey cannot perceive it, but Lucifer can see it. Lucifer controlled this energy to fly into the fruit in his hand, and soon, the fruit changed. First, the color became pitch black, and at the same time, complex and weird spiral patterns grew on the epidermis. Just like that, a devil fruit was reborn. This devil fruit is obviously Renault's cat fruit, the Black Panther form. Sure enough, Lucifer was a little surprised. The idea of recycling devil fruit came to him in a flash of inspiration, and he didn't expect it to be successful. But he didn't expect that the power of the word spirit fruit was more heaven-defying than he thought. Words follow the law, everything follows the heart, and can control all substances. Even devil fruit can't escape Lucifer's grasp these days. With this ability, no matter what fruit Lucifer wants in the future, he just needs to kill the original owner. Dark fruit can steal other people's abilities, and the word spirit fruit is more heaven-defying than dark fruit. There is no reason why it can't be done. Ding. It's detected that the host got a devil fruit, which can be recovered by the system and get killing points. At this moment, the electronic sound of the system suddenly sounded. The system also has a recycling function. Lucifer was a little surprised. How many killing points can I get by recycling the Black Panther fruit? Lucifer asked inwardly. Mao fruit Black Panther form, which belongs to ordinary zone devil fruit, can get 30,000 killing points when recovered. 30,000, not bad. Lucifer nodded secretly. Black Panther fruit can only be regarded as ordinary in zone. It is not an ancient species, let alone a phantom beast species. If it is the latter too, the value will be even greater. I won't recycle it for the time being, but keep it for now. Lucifer flipped his hand and put away the panther fruit. In normal zone, the panther fruit is a carnivore, which is considered superior, comparable to CP9 Rob Lucci's cheetah ability. Powerful devil fruits are very rare, just look at the abilities of CP9. If the Black Panther fruit is developed well, it can also cultivate a strong person. In the system store, there are also devil fruits for sale, and there are even phantom beasts, but the price is very expensive. If Lucifer is willing to spend money, he will naturally get stronger fruits. It's just that he is too poor and alone now to need fruit. In the future, if he finds qualified subordinates, he can use the Black Panther fruit to cultivate them, or he can sell the Black Panther fruit to replace them with stronger ones. The choice is in his own hands. After confirming that there were no surviving pirates in the building, Lucifer turned and left the banquet hall. At this time, outside the building, there were countless lawbreakers. They are all watching this battle, wanting to see clearly the final winner. When everyone heard the screams coming from the building, they all felt chills all over. After the screams died down, they saw a smiling Lucifer walking out of the building. Seeing this young man with a smile on his face, all the criminals in the dark felt their scalps go numb. Won. Really won. Lucifer came out safe and sound, and the result of the battle was already clear. Although many people thought in advance, in the end Lucifer will be the winner. But after it really happened, they all felt very incredible. After all, Lucifer was too young, and the fight was too short. It took less than 10 minutes for Lucifer to enter the building and exit. Who would have thought that such a harmless boy could single-handedly wipe out the bloodbath of the angry leopard pirates in just 10 minutes? What a monster. Soon, the name of this monster will spread across the sea. What's his name? Don't know, but we'll know soon. Such a monster is destined to become famous all over the world. Everyone knows that Lucifer's name will soon spread across the Grand Line. Ignoring the dark gaze, Lucifer left the center of the town and returned to the tavern where he had eaten before. Boss, here are 10 barbecues, plus 2 bottles of rum. Lucifer tossed a stack of bills on the bar and said. After gaining the demon physique, Lucifer eats a lot. The barbecue he ate earlier was not enough to fit between his teeth. After killing people, he was hungry again. No, I'll ask you this time. The boss was a little apprehensive, and nodded towards Lucifer, showing a flattering smile. He was very quick, and in less than 3 minutes, a very roasted meat was placed in front of Lucifer. While eating, Lucifer brings up his own property panel. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Intermediate observation hockey, awakening. Conqueror's hockey. Awakening kill points, 30,000. The total number of killing points has reached 30,000, and another wave of consumption can be carried out. Lucifer opened the system store and gave instructions. System. Buy primary observation hockey and Conqueror's hockey. Ding. The purchase of observation hockey and Conqueror's was successful, 10,000 kill points were deducted, and the remaining kill points were 20,000. Power emerges, flows through the body, and finally becomes one. Lucifer's observation hockey was promoted to beginner at the same time as Conqueror's hockey. In the initial stage, Lucifer can freely use these two powers. Although it is still very weak, at least it can be manipulated freely. Actually, Lucifer can boost both observation hockey and Conqueror's hockey to mid-tier at the same time, but that would use up the kill points. At present, Lucifer still wants to upgrade armament hockey to advanced level first, and then upgrade the other two hockey. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Intermediate observation hockey, elementary. Conqueror's hockey. Elementary kill points, 20,000. While Lucifer was eating, all the other guests in the tavern quietly left the tavern. Pirates came in outside the door, and after seeing Lucifer was the diner, they immediately fled in panic. After the bloodbath of the leopard pirates, Lucifer's reputation on Fadu Island was extremely fierce, making everyone frightened. Boss. Besides Naval Renault, who else is worthy of the name on this island? After eating 10 roasts, Lucifer asked, shaking his wine glass lightly. Yes, besides Renault, Adam the bloodaxe and Paul the cutter. The strength of both of them is very close to that of Renault, only one line behind. These three are the three giants of Fadu Island. Renault's residence is in the center of the town, and the other two are on the east and west sides of the town. The tavern owner naturally knew everything about Lucifer's question. While speaking, he also tore 2 reward orders from the wall behind him and placed them in front of Lucifer. One belongs to Adam Bloodaxe, offering a reward of 215 million Baileys. One is Paul the Cutter, with a reward of 190 million Pele. These 3 guys are all rewards over 100 million, why don't they go to New World? Lucifer smiled a little playfully. They have been there, but they all fled back in despair in the end. The tavern owner shook his head, with a hint of bitterness in the corner of his mouth. This bitterness is not only because of the 3 of Renault, but also because of himself. Because he, like these 3 pirates, is a loser. Countless pirate groups rush into New World every year, but in less than half a year, half of these pirate groups that rush into New World will collapse. Most of the remaining half of the pirates will choose to seek refuge with the strong New World. A very small number of pirates can't get along in New World, and they will flee back to the paradise. Obviously, the 3 of Renault and Ziad are all losers who escaped from New World. No wonder. Lucifer smiled mockingly. Now he finally knows why Renault is the only one in the angry leopard pirates who is strong. It stands to reason that a pirate with a bounty of more than 200 million would have a few cadres with a bounty of tens of millions or even hundreds of millions. But the angry leopard pirates did not, and Renault's men were all a group of trash. All his capable cadres must have died in New World. The group of miscellaneous fishes under his command were re-recruited after escaping back to the paradise. The big 3? They're just a bunch of trash. Such a loser can only hide in the paradise and linger on. Lucifer shook his head and smiled, put down his glass, got up and left the tavern. In the east area of the town, in a tavern, this is the residence of the bloodaxe pirates. At this time, the members of the bloodaxe pirates were having a banquet. The daily life of pirates is always so ordinary, except for killing, plundering, and fighting, there is only a banquet left. Captain Adam, when are we going to do another big one? It's been a long time since I killed anyone, and my big knife is already hungry and thirsty. That's right, I'm running out of money too. A few more towns to plunder and we're on our way to the New World. More than 200 pirates gathered together, making the tavern very noisy. The pirates' eyes were all on a burly man at the main seat. He was the captain of the bloodaxe pirates, Adam Morris. Adam was shirtless and muscular, with scars crisscrossing his chest, front, and back. Especially on the left chest, there is a huge scar covering almost 1/3 of the chest. Just by looking at the scars, one can tell how terrifying such an injury is. It is hard to imagine how Adam survived in the first place. Wait a little longer, don't worry, we'll be hitting the New World soon. As long as you follow me, you will all be famous in the world. Adam laughed and drank a bottle of rum in one gulp. That's right, the captain is the strongest. The captain will definitely become the One Piece King, and we will be the crew of the One Piece King by then. A group of pirate soldiers looked at Adam, their faces were full of fanaticism, and they all flattered him. But Adam himself was different. When he mentioned New World, a trace of fear appeared in the depths of his pupils. Touching the huge scar on his left chest, his body would tremble involuntarily. Only those who have truly understood the New World will know how terrifying the New World is. Adam has already been there once, that time he lost half his life, and almost all the elite pirates under his command were wiped out. After escaping back to paradise, Adam has been recruiting crew members, accumulating strength, and wants to return to New World. But that date is nowhere in sight. Adam knew, he was afraid. He wanted to set sail and return to the New World countless times, but every time he would come up with a reason to convince himself. The reason he convinced himself was that the strength he had accumulated was not enough, and he needed more powerful subordinates. In this way, the date of sailing was delayed again and again. As time passed, the more frightened he became, the less he dared to return to that terrifying hell. Over time, Adam became what he is now, paralyzing himself with alcohol every day, bragging with a group of pirates and miscellaneous fish at banquets, showing off his past scenery and legends. It is impossible to set sail, and it is impossible to set sail in this life. You can't fight, but New World is too dangerous, it's better to stay in the paradise. Adam's confidence has been destroyed, and now he is a fallen pirate, a complete loser. Now he told his subordinates that he wanted to return to New World, but he was just deceiving himself. The banquet was very lively, and the praise of hundreds of pirates made Adam very proud. He felt that such a day was very good. Here, he is very strong, and no one dares to provoke him. Suddenly, a panicked voice came from the noisy banquet, breaking his fantasy. Captain Adam, something is wrong. A panicked pirate rushed in from the door, fell to the ground with unsteady feet, slid face down for more than 10 meters, and finally stopped at Adam's feet. What happened? What are you doing in such a panic? Adam was a little angry. The pirates under his command were so frightened that it would appear that he was an incompetent captain. Captain, something is wrong. Renault has been killed, and the angry leopard pirates have been bloodbathed. The pirate soldiers said everything in fear, and instantly plunged the noisy banquet hall into dead silence. What did you say? Say it again. Adam suddenly paled. Really, the news has spread. Pirate Miscellaneous Fish said fearfully. A newcomer came to the island today, he is simply a monster. He alone wiped out the entire angry leopard pirates. Thinking of what Lucifer did, the pirates trembled with fright. Did that idiot Renault offend the other party? Adam asked. No, Renault doesn't know him at all. The pirate soldiers shook their heads again and again. That monster killed for no reason at all, as if it was looking for prey. Some people on the island are spreading rumors that his next target is our bloodaxe pirates. Is it a bounty hunter? Adam first thought of this type of person. The only ones who would hunt pirates as prey are bounty hunters. There are also strong bounty hunters, and many bounty hunters can thrive even in New World. The pirates in the tavern looked at each other in blank silence, no one spoke. Between the eyes, you can see the fear in each other's eyes. What is the strength of the angry leopard pirates? They know best. In terms of comprehensive strength, they are even stronger than their bloodaxe pirates. If that monster can kill the leopard pirates, it can kill the bloodaxe pirates. If he came to the door, they would surely die. Captain, what should we do now? Yes, Captain, do you have an idea? Why don't we leave, and keep the Green Hills, so we don't have to worry about running out of firewood? Yes, Captain, we have no reason to fight a monster. The hundreds of pirates were all terrified, and they were already thinking of running away before seeing Lucifer. At this moment, their lofty aspirations of fantasizing about entering the New World all disappeared at this moment, and the essence of Miscellaneous Fish was exposed to the fullest. What you said is very reasonable. Let's leave first and come back after we accumulate strength. Adam looked at the pirate soldiers in front of him and shouted passionately. We are the strongest bloodaxe pirates, we will not be afraid. This retreat is just to avoid unnecessary fighting, and one day we will be able to find the place in the future. Little ones, pack up your things, let's go. Adam roared. Yes, Captain. The pirate soldiers responded one after another, and then began to pack their things. Looking at the pirate soldiers who still worshipped him, Adam nodded secretly in his heart. As the captain, he also wanted to save face, and he couldn't show a gesture of fear in front of his younger brother. As for killing back, do not make jokes. Adam, who has personally experienced the New World, knows very well that the monsters that can single-handedly wash away the leopard pirates are definitely not something they can provoke. It's only now that I think of running away, isn't it too late? Suddenly, a voice came from outside the tavern, and it kept echoing around. Who? Adam immediately turned his head to look at the door of the tavern, his eyes fixed on the outside. Hundreds of pirates also picked up their weapons and stood ready. Boom. A group of shockwaves roared into the tavern, beating a group of pirates to their knees. Dozens of pirates who were hit by the frontal impact were directly torn apart by the shockwave, and their flesh and blood flew everywhere. The pirates in the tavern were so frightened that they ran away, and Adam couldn't help but raise his giant axe to protect his body. Boom 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 boom. Harsh footsteps sounded, and Lucifer stepped into the tavern, smiling slightly at everyone. Yo, it's so lively here. Do you mind adding me to the banquet? Seeing Lucifer's appearance, the pirate soldier who reported the news suddenly twisted his face in fright. It's him, he's the monster that bloodbathed the leopard pirates. The hoarse roar exploded in the ears of hundreds of pirates, making them feel cold all over. Why did you come here? Why did you come so quickly? Adam was flustered, and he took a few steps back involuntarily, and glanced at the small door behind him, which was the back door of the tavern. Facing such a monster, Adam didn't even think about fighting. His first reaction was to run away. But on the surface, he couldn't show fear. Too much bullying. Little ones, let's go up together and kill this brat. Adam roared, giving orders. That's right, we have hundreds of people, and he has only one person. There is nothing to be afraid of. Kill him. Hack him. Hundreds of pirates forced their courage and rushed forward to kill Lucifer. However, Adam himself, taking advantage of the attack by his miscellaneous soldiers, stepped back quietly without a trace. Boom. The ground under his feet exploded, and Adam turned into a black shadow, shooting towards the back door of the tavern. Attacking is fake, fleeing is real. In Adam's eyes, hundreds of pirate soldiers are just cannon fodder. How can his own life be more important? You don't even have the courage to fight, you really are a waste. There was a trace of disdain in Lucifer's eyes, and he slightly raised his hand, Bladestorm. As soon as the voice fell, the space behind him split open, and countless swords shot out, forming a tornado of swords and rushing into the tavern. The storm of sharp blades whizzed past, sweeping hundreds of pirates, and even the fleeing Adam was pulled back. Countless sharp blades cut, screams one after another, and a large amount of flesh and blood scattered in all directions. With a loud bang, the blade storm exploded. Thousands of swords flew in all directions, piercing the walls and ground of the tavern. And hundreds of pirates have been cut into countless minced meat by sharp blades, and there are no bones left. With one move, the bloodaxe pirates were all wiped out, leaving no one behind. Ding. Host killed Adam Morris and got 18,000 killing points. Ding. Host kills the pirates and gets 500 killing points. Ding. Host kills the pirates and gets 700 killing points. Ding. Host kills the pirates and gets 400 killing points. A series of system prompts sounded, and Lucifer's kill point went up. Not surprisingly, bloodaxe Adam's killing point also didn't match his bounty. In this wave, Lucifer gained a total of 23,000 kill points. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Intermediate observation hockey. Elementary. Conqueror's hockey. Elementary kill points, 43,000. Counting the original 20,000, Lucifer's total kill points reached 43,000. It's still 7,000, and you can buy advanced armament hockey. Lucifer smiled calmly, turned around and left the tavern, and the direction he left was the station where the cutting pirates were located. Captain Paul, I heard that a monster bounty hunter has come to the island, should we pay attention? That's right, I heard that this monster single-handedly wiped out the angry leopard pirates. It's simply terrifying. Cutting the pirate group's garrison, several pirate soldiers carefully looked at a blonde man with nervous expressions. HMPH, pay attention? Anything worth noting? The blonde man gave a cold snort and stared at the few pirate soldiers with round eyes. Who do you think Lousy is? Lousy is Paul the Cutter. It's just a kid who just debuted. What's there to be afraid of? Aw? Let me ask you, what are you afraid of? Paul grabbed the neck of a pirate miscellaneous soldier in front of him, using his palms hard. The pirate soldier who was strangled by the neck struggled violently, his eyes protruding. He wanted to beg for mercy, but could not speak. After a while, the pirate's neck tilted, and he died directly. HMPH, trash. Paul threw the body away like a dead dog. The other pirates trembled in fright when they saw the captain's cruelty. Paul the Cutter is the most cruel and tyrannical captain of the 3 pirate groups on Fadu Island. He kills people at the slightest disagreement, even his own crew members. The number of crew members who died at his hands was 80 if not 100. The crew members of the cut pirates did not agree with Paul as the captain, but none of them dared to complain, much less betrayed. Those complaining and betraying guys have been crushed to death by Paul. A mere brat thinks he has some strength, so he dares to come out arrogantly. Who does he think he is? He's not even close. This sea is not that simple. Paul was moody and went straight into a rage. Grabbed a bottle of wine and swigged it, then slammed it hard on the ground. Seeing Paul in this state, the surrounding pirates seemed even more afraid, and they all stayed away, not daring to take a step closer. There were only a few pirates in the corner, and they seemed a little disappointed and helpless when they saw Paul like this. In fact, that's not the case for Paul the Cutter who just debuted. At that time, Paul was high-spirited and determined to become one piece, and he treated the crew on the ship like brothers. In battle, he is always at the forefront. The crew on the ship respected him very much and were even willing to give their lives for him. But after the New World fiasco, Paul changed. His pirate group was almost wiped out, his self-esteem was shattered, and his arrogance was gone. After escaping back to the paradise, Paul the Cutter became a fallen pirate, drunk and dreaming every day, drinking and losing his temper, and even killed his own crew. He became crazy and moody, like a disabled person, only incapable and furious. This sea is not that simple. Paul seemed to be drunk, his face was flushed, and he leaned on the chair and muttered to himself. At this moment, 3 whirlwind attacks suddenly flew in from outside the door. Dozens of pirates were the first to bear the brunt, and were cut into pieces by the attacks on the spot. Flesh and blood flew everywhere, shocking everyone. Rumble. Before Paul could react, the high-rise building had been cut into 4 pieces, like a cake being cut 3 times. A piece of wreckage fell and landed on Paul's head. What's the situation? There are enemies. It's that monster, it must be that monster coming. We are dead. The members of the cutting pirates were frightened and fled around like frightened mice. Rumble. A building wreckage was cut into pieces, and Paul with disheveled hair jumped out from under the ruins, hissing, "Why panic? Why panic? Lousy is not dead yet." Seeing that Paul is still alive, the members of the pirates seem to have found their backbone. Although they were also terrified of Paul, his presence at least gave them a sense of security. Lousy wants to see. What kind of brat dares to provoke me, Paul the Cleaver? Paul jumped 10 meters high, and rushed out of the resident building. He saw Lucifer standing outside the building at a glance. He was very young and handsome, just like a little boy, the kind that rich women like best. Like this little boy, he killed 800 if not 1,000. Arrogant brat, go to hell. With a wave of Paul's hand, the air rippled, and 3 vacuum slashes were fired, flying towards Lucifer. He is the cutter who ate the cut fruit, and he was also a well-known pirate back then. Relying on this ability, what Paul likes most is to cut off the enemy's head and hang it on the bow, and the name of the cutter comes from this. Small tricks. Lucifer smiled indifferently, and gently lowered his raised palm, Windblade. As soon as the words fell, a gust of wind appeared out of thin air, forming a huge gust of wind slashing, breaking through the air. Paul's vacuum slash was directly defeated, and finally the Windblade slashed on him. Puff. Blood splattered, flesh and blood flew everywhere. Paul the Cutter was directly shredded by the Windblade, turning into flesh and blood pouring down from the sky. Ding. Host killed Paul Giles and got 18,000 killing points. The electronic sound of the system sounded, and Lucifer's kill points finally exceeded 50,000. Not good, the attack is too heavy. Can the devil fruit be recovered after the corpse is broken? Lucifer was a little dumbfounded, and quickly gave instructions. Rebirth. As the voice fell, it touched the rules of the world. Just as an invisible force was about to flee, it was restrained by Lucifer's spiritual power. Under Lucifer's control, this power is sent into a fruit. Soon, ordinary fruit becomes devil fruit. Paramecia cut the fruit and recovered successfully. Lucifer smiled lightly and put the devil fruit away. Killing a pirate can not only get killing points, but also harvest a devil fruit. 1 fish, 2 meals, big profits. Dead, the captain is dead. No, it's impossible, how could the captain die? The captain is dead, what shall we do? Run, run, that man is a monster. To be killed. Seeing that Paul's body was gone, hundreds of pirates from the cut pirate group began to flee in all directions. Horrified screams and shouts kept ringing out. It was hard to imagine that this was a group of murderous pirates. In the face of death, all people are the same. Lucifer smiled indifferently, and his palm dropped again. Windblade. The howling wind is like a sharp knife, cutting the pirates into pieces while sweeping them. In the blink of an eye, all the members of the cut pirates were dead, and even their resident building was turned into ruins. Ding. Host killed the pirates and got 1,500 killing points. Ding. Host killed the pirates and got 900 killing points. Ding. Host killed the pirates and got 800 killing points. Ding. Host kills the pirates and gets 300 killing points. A series of system prompts sounded, and Lucifer's kill point went up. In this wave, Lucifer gained 9,000 kill points again. Including the 18,000 points for beheading Paul, a total of 27,000 killing points were harvested from this hunt. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Intermediate observation hockey, elementary. Conqueror's hockey. Elementary kill points, 70000. Counting the previous ones, Lucifer's total kill points came to 70,000. Slaughtering 3 pirate groups in a row, the harvest is really not bad. Lucifer opened the system store and found armament hockey. System. Buy advanced armament hockey. Ding. The purchase of armament hockey was successful, 50,000 killing points have been deducted, and the remaining killing points are 20,000. Familiar energy appeared in Lucifer's body, and in an instant, Lucifer's armament hockey was upgraded to a high level. With the blessing of the system, Lucifer's power changes are completed in an instant, and there is no violation in using it. There are 20,000 kill points left, just enough to upgrade knowledge color and conquerors. Lucifer glanced at the balance and gave an instruction in his mind. System. Buy mid-level observation hockey and mid-level conquerors hockey. Ding. The intermediate observation hockey and the intermediate conquerors hockey have been successfully purchased, 20,000 killing points will be deducted, and the remaining killing points will be 0. And just like that, Lucifer raised observation hockey conquerors hockey to intermediate. With continuous consumption, Lucifer's 70,000 killing points are all spent, and there is no balance at all. But spending it in exchange for power is worth it. Isn't Lucifer going out to sea to hunt pirates to become stronger? Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Advanced observation hockey, intermediate. Conqueror's hockey. Intermediate kill points, 0. Next, it's time to hunt other targets. Looking at the killing points with a balance of 0, Lucifer started the next hunting action. Fadu Island is a famous 3-free island in the first half of the Grand Line. Apart from Renault the leopard, Adam the bloodaxe and Paul the cutter, there are many other targets worth hunting on the island. Although the killing points obtained by killing them are not as good as the big 3, they are better than nothing. Boom. 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 Just as Lucifer was about to go to the next target location, artillery bombardment suddenly sounded from the distant coastal port. Accompanied by the sound of gunfire, the coastal ports quickly turned into a sea of flames. Countless pirates, gangsters and human traffickers fled in all directions, screaming. What's the situation? Lucifer leapt onto a tall building. Seeing the sea not far from the port, 3 warships appeared. Why did Marine come here? Lucifer stood on the roof of a tall building, his eyes narrowed slightly. On the sea, 3 warships are attacking quickly. Among them is a warship of the highest specification, plus 2 cruisers. The gunfire on the warship fired in unison, and countless shells were fired to bombard Fadu Island indiscriminately. The highest specification warship, with at least 1 Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral on board. So, this operation is led by Marine Vice Admiral Doberman. Vice Admiral, our indiscriminate bombing may harm civilians, is it really okay? On the warship, a colonel walked up behind Doberman and asked nervously. It doesn't matter, Fadu Island is full of lawbreakers, and there are no civilians. Doberman said in a low voice, but, there may be bounty hunters among them. They. Are you questioning my decision? Doberman stared, revealing a trace of killing intent. No, dare not, it's a slip of the tongue. Colonel Marine's heart skipped a beat, and he quickly shut up, not daring to say any more. The Hawk Marine Vice Admiral, beheading his subordinates is also commonplace. No more nonsense, he died faster than pirates. Doberman snorted coldly. Even bounty hunters are still a group of restless elements, and they are all targets that Marine wants to eradicate. Wanting to practice absolute justice is not as simple as talking about it. Doberman looked at Fail Island, where the sea of fire was raging in the distance. His eyes were as calm as water, without any waves. He is the Hawk Marine. In order to eradicate evil and hunt pirates, even if it affects civilians, he can kill without hesitation. What's more, there are no civilians on Fadu Island, and Doberman will not hesitate to issue an order to destroy it. Send me an order to destroy everything on Fadu Island, and make sure that no lawbreakers can escape. Yes, Lord Vice Admiral. The colonel saluted respectfully and left quickly to convey the order. After the order was issued, the artillery bombardment of the 3 warships became more intensive. As an island where outlaws gather, Fadu Island is well known in the first half of the Grand Line. In the eyes of Naval headquarters, Fadu Island is like a cancer that must be eradicated. But this time, there are 3 over 100 million pirate groups who returned from New World gathered on the island, which further strengthened Naval headquarters' determination to flatten Fadu Island. Hence this action. With Vice Admiral Doberman leading the team, leading 2 Marine Rear Admirals and thousands of Marines, it is more than enough to flatten Fadu Island. Boom. 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 The artillery fire roared and resounded endlessly. The sea of fire spread from the port, half of the town was engulfed by the sea of fire, and the island became a purgatory on earth. Countless pirates and traffickers were killed by shells, and more were burned to death by fire. There were screams one after another, and mourning was everywhere. Hey, hey, that's a mini Buster call. Lucifer stood on the top of a clock tower, looking at the sea of flames below his feet, a little speechless. Buster call. 5 Marine Vice Admirals, 10 Marine Rear Admirals, plus 10,000 Marine elites and 10 warships, carry out an indiscriminate and destructive attack on a target location, completely eradicating all people and objects on the target. Action. This is the largest military operation in the Marine, and it will only be used once in many years. And now what Marine does is exactly the same as Buster Call, except that the Vice Admiral is a little less and the firepower is a little weaker. But in essence it is the same, destroying all people and things on the island. I really suffered a disaster. Lucifer shook his head, waving a few rounds at him. Judging by Marine's posture, it is obvious that he does not intend to let go of any living creature on the island. Lucifer is also on their must-kill list. It seems that my hunt has come to an end. Marine is really good at stealing heads. Lucifer felt a little helpless, the dead pirates and gangsters were all killing points in Lucifer's eyes. But now, these killing points are gone. Forget it, let's find other targets. Lucifer's body shook, and 2 wings grew out of his back. The wings were pitch black, with extremely sharp edges, exuding an extremely evil aura. This is the devil's wings that come with the devil of hell, not the power of the fruit of words. Flapping the wings of the devil, Lucifer turned into a gust of wind, soaring into the sky, and flew directly overseas. On the large Marine, Doberman was smoking a cigar, leaning on his sword, with an indifferent expression. With his observation hockey, he can naturally sense the countless desperate breaths on Fadu Island. But he was still expressionless, without the slightest softening. As an iron-blooded soldier, he has long been used to life and death. Even if thousands of people die, the mood will not change. Suddenly, Doberman frowned. He looked up into the sky and saw a black dot shooting out from the island, heading overseas. What an evil breath. Doberman's observation hockey clearly sensed the evil aura on Black Spot, which was more evil than any pirate he had ever seen. Never let him go. Doberman made a move, drew his sword suddenly, and a vacuum slash shot out through the air, leaping over 1,000 meters in an instant, hitting a black spot in the sky. The power of the slash exploded, causing a strong wind and blowing away the white clouds in the sky. Lucifer was suspended in the sky, his demon wings were constantly flapping, his face was a little gloomy. Although the knife didn't hurt him just now, it aroused Lucifer's anger. I originally planned to let you go, but now, you are looking for death. Lucifer didn't want to fight against Marine. After all, he didn't want to be a pirate, and he didn't want to be hunted down by a bounty. All he wants is to hunt pirates alone, gain killing points, become stronger quietly, and keep in touch with Marine. Even Marine would like to thank him. But now, Marine took the initiative to attack him. People don't offend me. I don't offend others. If people offend me, cut grass and root out. There was a loud bang, and the air exploded. Lucifer turned into a black light and shot towards the 3 Marine warships in the distance. In just one breath, Lucifer came to the sky above the front of the 3 warships. Originally I didn't want to do anything, but you insisted on forcing me to kill myself. Lucifer flapped the wings of the devil, setting off a violent wind and waves, and the evil breath erupted, making thousands of sailors tremble with fear. Attention, this guy is not simple, the guy who is not strong enough will step down. Doberman yelled as he jumped onto the bow turret, aiming his knife at Lucifer in the sky. Arrogant pirate, with this old man here, don't even think about leaving alive today. Lucifer looked indifferent and didn't answer, just slightly raised his hand. Lightsaber Bachi Chong Guyu. Like the whisper of a demon, the moment it sounded, countless golden lightsabers appeared around Lucifer. In the blink of an eye, the sky was filled with dense golden lightsabers. The Doberman Vice Admiral, 2 Marine Rear Admirals and thousands of Marine soldiers on the warship were all stunned as they stared at the vision in the sky. No, it's impossible. This trick is Doberman couldn't hide the horror in his heart, his expression was distorted. As if to confirm his guess, in the next second, countless flashing flying swords fell from the sky, hitting the 3 warships like a torrential rain. Stop. Doberman hissed, but it was too late. The moment the roar sounded, the attack had already arrived. The 3 warships were hit by countless flashing flying swords, and they were instantly blown into 3 huge fireballs. Thousands of Marine soldiers were blown away in an instant, and countless flesh and blood scattered in all directions, turning into ashes. Ding. Host killed Marine Rear Admiral Damon and got 18,000 killing points. Ding. Host killed Marine Rear Admiral Brad and got 17,000 killing points. Ding. Host kills Marine Commodore Moritz and gets 10,000 kill points. Ding. Host killed Colonel Marine Redmond and got 4,500 killing points. Ding. Host kills Marine Colonel Oliver and gets 4,800 killing points. Ding. Host killed Lieutenant Colonel Marine. Ding. Host killed Major Marine. A series of system prompts sounded, and Lucifer's kill point, which was originally 0, went up. Soar faster than ever before. Among the thousands of Marines with a major or above can get killing points after beheading. The number ranged from hundreds to thousands, and the most were 2 Marine Rear Admirals. The 2 provided Lucifer with 35,000 kill points. In this wave, Lucifer gained a total of 75,000 kill points. Woohoo! A wave is taking off. Lucifer listened to the prompt in his mind, with a wicked smile on the corner of his mouth. At this moment, the fireball on the sea dissipated. The 3 warships have disappeared, only some broken pieces of wood floating on the sea. The densely packed corpses drifted with the tide, and more of them were stumps, broken arms and broken flesh and blood. Vice Admiral Doberman is holding a broken plank as he floats on the surface of the sea and vomits blood. His whole body was tattered, bruised and bleeding, and he was no longer as vigorous as before. Damn. Hateful bastard, actually. Ahem, another mouthful of blood spurted out, and Doberman's internal organs were seriously injured, and he couldn't even utter a complete sentence. He could only stare at Lucifer with spiteful eyes, as if he wanted to eat him alive. How about it? My tricks are powerful, right? How does it compare to your Admiral Kizaru? Lucifer smiled a little, pleased with the power of the trick. He was right. Now he uses flash power, which is not inferior to Kizaru's sparkling fruit. With one move, thousands of Marines were wiped out, and only a few survived in the end. Doberman Vice Admiral, you shouldn't have messed with me. Lucifer stopped smiling, followed by a hint of indifference. If you want to blame, you can only blame yourself for being cheap and insisting on taking action against me. Thousands of Marine deaths today are all caused by you. After speaking, Lucifer pointed his finger at Doberman. Flash ray. With a whooping sound, a golden flash shot out from Lucifer's fingers and pierced Doberman's head in an instant. With a loud bang, the flash ray exploded underwater, and another huge fireball appeared on the sea. Marine Vice Admiral Doberman, no bones left. Ding. Host beheaded Marine Vice Admiral Doberman and gained 85,000 killing points. Oh? Does this guy have such expensive ones? Lucifer was a little surprised, but after thinking about it for a while, it made sense. Doberman is the Naval Headquarters Elite Vice Admiral, the backbone of Marine, and is worth 85,000 kill points for a reasonable amount. After beheading Doberman, Lucifer's total number of kill points has reached 160,000. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Advanced observation hockey, intermediate. Conqueror's hockey, intermediate kill points, 160000. 160,000 killing points, already a record high. Good, very good. Lucifer was satisfied. If there are a few more waves, I will soon be able to make up 600,000 killing points. All of a sudden, Lucifer wanted to hunt Marines specifically. Each Naval Headquarters Elite Vice Admiral is worth tens of thousands of kill points. As long as you kill a few more, you can quickly reach the goal. Unfortunately, I can only think about it now. There are only a dozen Elite Vice Admirals in Naval Headquarters, and they spend most of their time guarding Naval Headquarters and will not go out easily. In the vast sea, it is very difficult to find a Naval Headquarters Elite Vice Admiral. It is better to hunt down the pirates with high rewards. After completing this vote, my reward order should come out soon. Looking at the broken limbs in the sea, Lucifer shook his head slightly. I didn't want to be an enemy of Marine, but the world is impermanent, and gods will trick people. That's right, it's not my fault, it's Marine. I was forced to do nothing, so I had no choice but to kill. Yes, it is like that. Lucifer nodded secretly, then turned into a storm and shot into the distance. Flapping the wings of the demon, Lucifer's speed was extremely fast, turning into a black spot and disappearing in the blink of an eye. Naval Headquarters, Marineford, Marshal's office. Marshal Sengoku wears frog glasses and is on business. The goat at his feet ate the discarded documents he disposed of one by one, and didn't dislike it at all. Click. 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 Suddenly, a harsh chewing sound rang in his ears, causing Sengoku to frown, and a well character appeared on his forehead. Hey, Garp, don't eat donuts in my office. How many times have I told you? Why can't you remember? Sengoku slapped the table and roared at the sofa, spit flying. And on the couch, Marine Vice Admiral Garp is enjoying himself with a bag of donuts, deaf to Sengoku's yelling. Ha 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 ha, don't be angry, Sengoku, calm down. My husband is challenging the latest donut record, and will soon set a new record. After speaking, Garp grabbed a few more donuts and stuffed them into his mouth. The harsh clicking and chewing sound sounded again. Sengoku couldn't take it anymore, rushed to Garp, grabbed the donut, and poured it all into his mouth. Ah, those are old man's donuts. Before Garp could stop him, he wanted to grab the donuts back, but the donuts had already gone into Sengoku's stomach. Then, Sengoku and Garp thought together. Who would have thought that these two would be Marine Marshal and Marine Hero? Vice Admiral, the Marine staff officer next to them, just glanced at the two of them and didn't make a sound to stop them. The three of them have been comrades in arms for decades, and Sengoku and Garp have been fighting and noisy for a long time. Suru Vice Admiral has long been used to it. At this moment, hurried footsteps sounded at the door, and then the office door was pushed open. Your Excellency Marshal, something is wrong. A Marine colonel broke into the office, sweating profusely and yelling in panic. What's the matter? What's the point of being in such a panic? Marshal Sengoku separated from Garp, walked back to his desk and sat down. Report to the Marshal, just now, the Marine fleet led by Vice Admiral Doberman lost contact with the headquarters. At the same time, Doberman Vice Admiral's life card burned into ashes. It can be confirmed that Doberman Vice Admiral has died in the line of duty. What did you say? Marshal Sengoku's complexion changed drastically, and he stood up suddenly, showing a look of shock and anger. Crane, Vice Admiral and Garp also looked serious, and there was no more relaxed atmosphere in the office. Are you sure? Doberman's life card has really? It's not that Marshal Sengoku doesn't believe it, but he doesn't want to believe it. After all, Vice Admiral Doberman is strong, and this operation is in the first half of the Grand Line. Who can kill him? Stared at by the three legendary Marines, the colonel was very nervous and had some slurred speech, but he still gritted his teeth and nodded. The news will not be wrong, we have confirmed it repeatedly. At the same time, we also tried to contact Doberman Vice Admiral's fleet, but they have been lost and have not heard back. Damn it, who dares to do such a thing? Could it be those bastards from New World? Sengoku gritted his teeth, killing intent shrouded his body. Check. Send someone to Fadu Island immediately. I want to know all the information about this operation. Sengoku gave the order. Every naval headquarters elite vice admiral is the backbone of Marine, and losing one is a great loss. It's impossible for naval headquarters to remain indifferent when something like this happens. Soon, a fleet of Marine set off and headed for Fadu Island as fast as possible. On the endless sea, sparkling like countless luminous pearls, a pirate ship sailed slowly across the sea, leaving behind a pearl foam channel. Captain Charlotte, I heard that Captain John's treasure has appeared. Shall we join hands? Captain John is one of the great pirates of old times. How many Baileys should his treasure have? If you can get it, you won't be able to spend your whole life. Yes, Captain, such a good opportunity cannot be missed. On the pirate ship, a group of pirates had a lively discussion, and everyone focused on their own captain. Although he covets the treasure, it still depends on the captain's decision whether to fight for it or not. Quack 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 quack, of course I'm going, idiots. A burly man with a big brown beard laughed like a duck. Captain John's treasure must belong to our brownbeard pirates. Gaw. Call out. Suddenly a long sword came through the air, leaving behind a cold light that flashed away. The pirate captain's laughter stopped abruptly, and then his head shot up into the sky, splashing blood all over the surrounding pirates. What happened? Captain, the captain was killed. The pirates on the ship turned pale with fright, seeing the captain's headless body, trembling with fright. This scene came so suddenly that no one could react. After they came back to their senses, they found that their captain had been beheaded. Where is the murderer? Find him and avenge the captain. Come out quickly, Lousy is not afraid of you. Damn bastard, come out if you have the guts. Face-to-face duel. Dozens of pirates gathered back to back, screaming and shouting towards the surroundings. But the louder they shouted, the more frightened they were, and they were slashing inside. Captain John's treasure? I'm a little interested. Suddenly, an indifferent voice sounded. Everyone looked up and saw a handsome young man standing on the mast looking down at them, and the two huge demon wings were slowly withdrawing. It was Lucifer who came. After leaving Fadu Island, Lucifer flew for more than 2 hours before finally finding the pirate ship as a landing place. In the vast sea, it is really not easy to find a boat. Coincidentally, when Lucifer landed, he heard what they were talking about. Lucifer has also heard of Captain John's name. He used to be one of the members of the Lox Pirates, a famous big pirate in the old days. Legend has it that after the collapse of the Lox Pirates, Captain John took away the treasures plundered by the Lox Pirates and wanted to take it all for himself. However, he was killed by his subordinates in the process of stealing the treasure. Lucifer still vaguely remembers that the body of Captain John was found by Moria after his death, and turned into his zombie general after resurrection. It should be in Thriller Bark now. And since the death of Captain John, his treasure has been missing, until today. Over the years, there have been rumors of Captain John's treasure appearing in the sea from time to time, but in the end it all turned out to be a lie. What kind of monster is this? Demon, this man is a demon. Dozens of pirates turned pale with fright when they saw Lucifer withdraw the demon wings. Because his image is exactly the same as the legendary Hell Demon. Hey, where is Captain John's treasure? Lucifer asked coldly. Yes, at Crescent Island. A pirate involuntarily said the answer. Really? Thank you so much. Lucifer smiled slightly, then waved his hand lightly. Bladestorm. Call out. Call out. Call out. Call out. Dozens of flying swords and long knives shot out through the air, hitting dozens of pirates on the ship, piercing through their chests and heads, and at the same time, the powerful impact brought them into the sea. In the blink of an eye, the ship was cleared of pirates, leaving only Lucifer alone. Ding. Host kills the pirates and gets 300 killing points. Ding. Host kills the pirates and gets 700 killing points. After killing dozens of pirates, there were only 2 system beeps. Including the pirate captain who died in the hands of Lucifer first, there are only 3 pirates in this group that can be regarded as hunting targets. Together, the 3 pirates provided Lucifer with 4,000 kill points. Isn't this too cheap? A trash fish is a trash fish. That's it. Do you also want to fight for Captain John's treasure? Lucifer's mouth twitched, and he jumped from the mast onto the deck. Afterwards, the pirate ship changed direction and headed towards the direction of Crescent Island. System. Open the Properties panel. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age. 23 Devil Fruit. Word Spirit Fruit. Physique. Hell Demon Armament Hockey. Advanced. Observation Hockey. Intermediate Conqueror's Hockey. Intermediate. Kill points. 164,000. Lucifer's wallet is very big now, with a full 164,000 kill points. Open the system store. Lucifer found where Conqueror's Hockey is. System. Purchase Advanced Observation Hockey and Advanced Conqueror's Hockey. Ding. The high-level Observation Hockey and the high-level Conqueror's Hockey have been purchased successfully. 100,000 killing points have been deducted, and the remaining killing points are 64,000. At the same time as the electronic sound played, a burst of energy appeared in Lucifer's body out of thin air. In an instant, Lucifer's knowledgeable color and Conqueror's Hockey were upgraded to advanced levels at the same time. Boom. A powerful momentum erupted from Lucifer, causing a strong wind. The seawater in front was hit by the strong wind, setting off waves of waves. Several seagulls fell from the sky onto the deck, foaming at the mouth, and lost consciousness. This is the High Conqueror's Hockey, and it's truly extraordinary. Conqueror's Hockey is special in Conqueror's Hockey. It is the aptitude of the king. Only the chosen ones can awaken this power, and only 1 person in a million will awaken Conquerors. It sounds very tall. But on the surface, Conqueror's Hockey can only be used to clean up miscellaneous soldiers, and has no effect on the strong. It seems very tasteless. But in fact, Conqueror's Hockey, like Armament Hockey, can also entangle attacks. It's just that few people have learned this technique, so few people know how to use it. Conqueror's Hockey's entanglement attack is more powerful than Armament Hockey's entanglement attack. The kings of the old era, and now the sea emperors of the new world, all know this kind of skill. That's why they are so terrifying. Lucifer looked in the system store and soon found the Conqueror's Hockey winding technique. At the same time, the skills of using Armament Hockey are also available. Armament Hockey Outreach. 100,000 kill points. Armament Hockey Internal Sabotage. 100,000 kill points. Conqueror's Entangling Attack. 100,000 kill points. The 3 skills cost 100,000 killing points each, which is very expensive. Properties panel. Host. Lucifer age, 23. Devil fruit. Word spirit fruit physique, hell demon. Armament hockey. Advanced observation hockey. Advanced. Conqueror's hockey. Advanced kill points, 64000. Looking at the remaining 64,000 kill points, Lucifer shook his head helplessly. He couldn't afford each of these 3 skills. The killing point is still lacking, and more targets must be hunted. Lucifer closed the system interface, and controlled the pirate ship to accelerate towards Crescent Island. The next trip to Crescent Island is his best chance. Lucifer is not interested in Captain John's treasure, he is only interested in those powerful prey. After the news of Captain John's treasure comes out this time, it will definitely attract many powerful pirates. Not only pirates, some powerful bounty hunters, gangsters will go. Even Marine will take this opportunity to exterminate the pirates. At that time, Crescent Island will become a veritable hunting ground, and Lucifer can hunt and kill targets to his heart's content and harvest killing points. As the sun sets, a round of red sun slowly sinks to the sea level. The afterglow of the setting sun shone on the pirate ship, covering Lucifer in the afterglow of the setting sun. When the sunset completely disappeared on the sea level, Lucifer's pirate ship also disappeared on the sea level at the same time. A few days later, Naval Headquarters, Marineford. In Admiral's office, Admiral Kizaru was leaning on a chair, cutting his nails leisurely. The adjutant next to him made a cup of hot tea for Kizaru, and respectfully brought it to Kizaru. Kizaru, Admiral, please use tea. Oh, thank you very much. Kizaru picked up the teacup to cool off, and then took a sip. The aroma of tea wafted from his mouth, making Kizaru squint his eyes involuntarily. Well, such a day is really leisurely. It seems that today is another peaceful day, and I can leave work in 3 hours. Kizaru was very comfortable, leaning back on the chair, with his feet on the desk, posing as a salted fish. As the most salty admiral among the 3 admirals, it is Kizaru's life principle to clock in every day and get off work on time. Never working overtime is his life creed. The adjutant next to him had no expression on his face. He was no stranger to Admiral Kizaru's salty fish posture. However, at this moment, there was an urgent knock on the door. Come in. Kizaru was still drinking tea leisurely, and it was his personal adjutant who was talking. A Marine colonel entered the office and came to Kizaru's desk to salute respectfully. Kizaru, Admiral. Admiral Sengoku hastened to summon Admiral, there is an important meeting to be held. Kizaru's face changed, showing a trace of wretched expression. Well, it's really troublesome, I have to work overtime again today. Mr. Sengoku is really good at tossing people, let me work overtime, why should I increase my overtime pay? Kizaru was still slumped on the chair, not wanting to move like a salted fish. Drinking tea and fishing is his pursuit. As a famous salted fish admiral, Kizaru hates working overtime the most. Kizaru, Admiral, Your Excellency the Marshal is still waiting for you, please hurry up. The adjutant next to him said loudly. Hey, that's serious, Rangers. Kizaru put down his teacup, reluctantly stood up from the chair, and walked out of the office slowly. While walking, he asked the Marine Colonel, do you know what the theme of this meeting is? It's about the death of Doberman Vice Admiral. Marine has found the murderer. Colonel Marine replied loudly, with a hint of anger in his tone. In the past few days, the death of Vice Admiral Doberman has spread in Naval Headquarters, causing countless Marine soldiers to be furious. They all wanted to find the murderer and avenge Doberman Vice Admiral. Oh, is it about Doberman? When mentioning the comrades who died in battle, Kizaru's face became less wretched and more serious. Although he is a salty fish admiral, he also has the position of being a Marine admiral. Kizaru was also extremely angry about Doberman's death.